welcome back. Before we get into the Q&A, which we are going to hop right into, I wanted to let you guys know what I'm wearing on my face because a billion of you always ask about what lipstick or what this or what that. So I'm actually trying out a new brand of like cosmetics right now, and I am super in love with it so far. Holy cow. I am going to do a tutorial using some of the makeup. So the brand is called Vincent Longo, and like this is the eyeshadow that I have on right now. It's just kind of amazing. And this is the lipstick that I'm wearing right now. I mean, this stuff is the bomb. I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, anyway, because you guys are always asking, I will drop the link to where you can like check out this makeup. The whole line just, oh my, it's just, it's awesome. The quality is awesome. The colors are amazing. Some of you probably are gonna think, damn girl, like that purple lipstick is going a little too far, but I don't really care. I really like purples and stuff. So anyway, the description box will have a link to the website and a coupon code. I think it's like 10-15% off. So anyway, now for the Q&As. So the other day I asked on my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Facebook, like if you guys had any questions that you wanted me to answer, and of course I got a ton of questions. So I'm just gonna start at the top, and I'm gonna try to cover what most of you guys are kind of interested in I don't want to repeat a bunch of questions. So, would you like to eventually have other kids? I don't necessarily need any more kids. I'm pretty happy with what I have, but if a relationship came along where, I don't know, we both were really into the idea of having more kids, then sure, I could see myself having more kids, but for now, no. What made you interested in making YouTube videos? I saw a lot of pretty girls on the internet, and I was like, I want to be a pretty girl on the internet, and that's pretty much honestly what got me started. I wanted to be like them, and now I am not like them, I am like me. So if you guys want to start videos yourself, I highly recommend being yourself, okay? Don't try to be someone else. Don't just put your hand behind the lipstick because you see that everyone else is doing that, and then your camera never focuses, but you feel like you're doing the right thing. Like, don't just pretend to be other people and try to emulate what everyone else is doing. Just be yourself genuinely, and that is how you will get people to like you and to follow you. How do you deal with all the haters? I did an entire video on this. Haters gonna hate, potatoes gonna potato. I love your outfits and was wondering, how do you put your outfits together? I get inspiration from other bloggers. I get inspiration from websites, just from stuff online, from people on TV. I mean, I'm inspired for my outfits by pretty much everywhere. I love just going out in the world and seeing the way people dress. And then I just kind of try stuff on and see what works. It's fashion. You can't really do it wrong. So do whatever you want. And if you're interested in like my outfits and stuff, I have an entire fashion section on my blog, and then I have a bunch of out for the days here on YouTube. And my blog is called ravingsbyray.com if you're interested. Sarah, how do you stay so incredibly confident and body positive? By the way, I love your videos. Thanks, baby girl. How do I stay so incredibly positive and confident? There's really no sense in being negative. Negativity does not bring anything of value to your life. So be positive, have a positive outlook. I mean, if something really bad is happening, or if something like if someone died, there's no sense in just wallowing in negativity. I mean, be positive, reflect on things that were good, reflect on good times, and just focus on things that make you happy, not on the things that make you sad. Sadness can be just drowning. I mean, it can be so hard if you get all wrapped up in negative thoughts and in sad things and in things that just make you upset. So just focus on what's good in your life and you'll have a better life, right? Where do you buy your makeup? Walgreens, mostly. Walmart, Target, internet. I have some stuff from MAC. Oh, and Sephora. Sephora is like one of my favorite stores to buy makeup because they always have the eyeshadow palettes, and that's pretty much like what I love. Is it bad that I want my boyfriend to get checked for STDs before we have any sexual contact? How do I bring up that topic? I can cover this in a Let's Talk About Sex video, but a short answer, no, it's not bad that you want your boyfriend to get checked for STDs. You should want your boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever that you're sleeping with, you should want them to get checked for STDs, and you yourself should go get checked. And so, I mean, long story short, if the two of you go together, go to like a free clinic, like the VNA or the Planned Parenthood, something like that, you guys can go together, you don't have to have insurance or anything, and you can both get checked and you can both get treated for free $99. As far as I'm aware of, maybe it's different where you're from, but I know I can do it here for free if I really want to. However, I have insurance. What's the best experience you've had with a fan being recognized from your YouTube or blog? Guys, I don't get recognized. I went to VidCon recently though, and okay, like 4 people recognized me, and it was fun. It was the best experience. I mean, it's just nice meeting people. There was one girl who seemed like she wanted to cry almost, but she didn't, and I was like, I don't know how to respond to this, but it makes me happy that I understand. Like, you guys feel a connection to me on a whole different level than you might feel like to someone who's just talking about more superficial things. Not that I mean superficial in a bad way, but I mean like if someone was only doing like a beauty channel, you might not feel as connected to them if they're not diving into these deeper issues that kind of, you know, shape who we are and make us who we are. And so I understand that you guys can connect to me on those sorts of issues. And so if you meet me in person, you're probably gonna have like, you know, some emotions be stirred up because I tend to stir up emotions in my more serious videos. Do you regret anything from your past? No. There's really no sense in wasting your time regretting things. You can't go back and change history. Live, learn, move the F on. You should do an accent tag because sometimes your Chicago accent comes through. My Chicago accent, I don't even feel like I have an accent. I feel like I just sound like an American, okay? I mean, that's the only accent that I have. But I really don't feel like I sound like I'm from Chicago because I'm not from Chicago. I'm actually from the suburbs, but I think that's funny. And I will not do the accent tag because I suck at accents. Except for Chicago ones, apparently. Did you have a C-section or natural birth with your babies, and how old were you when you got pregnant with your daughter? I had it wasn't a natural birth, it came out vaginally, but I did have epidurals. And I was 21, I was 21 when I got pregnant with Nala. It was about 4 or 5 days before I turned 22 that I actually had her. And then I had Jaden when I was 22 because they're only 9.5 months apart. I was thinking of doing a pregnancy story, my pregnancy story for Nala and for Jaden, kind of all together, sort of what I went through and what I went through afterwards and during and all that. I was thinking of doing a whole video about that, but I'm not sure if you guys would be interested. You can let me know in the comments if you would be. Who's your man? How did you guys meet? Has he met your kitties? Does he have a brother? Okay, a lot of you guys have asked about my boyfriend and you want to know, you know, if I'm going to do the boyfriend tag, when is he going to be introduced? Where is he from? What does he do? Does he have a brother? And I'm gonna say this, okay? I am not going to introduce him. He will not be on any boyfriend tag. He's not gonna be in my videos. And the reason for this is that, 1, I do like to keep certain things private. 2, there are people that watch these videos that are actually in my life. Ugh, unfortunately, some of them. But I don't want them all up in my business, and so unfortunately I have to also keep the rest of you guys out of that business until maybe sometime down the future I will eventually like introduce him or something. Because if I introduce him and you guys like get to know him and stuff, then I'm gonna feel a little more awkward talking about sex and talking about my relationship and stuff. If you guys know exactly who I'm like doing it with and who I'm in a relationship with, it's not gonna be as free for me. I mean, he watches the videos sometimes. He watches the videos, he knows what I say, and other people watch the videos, and it's not a secret. My relationship is not a secret. Obviously, I'm talking about it, but it's not something that I really want to like focus on in these videos. So unfortunately, you will not be seeing my boy toy anytime soon. Sorry. How hard was it for you to complete your bachelor's degree while raising 2 children, and how did you manage it? Did you do full-time or part-time? Alright, a lot of you guys asked about my schooling, and so here we go. I got a bachelor's degree, a bachelor's of arts in communication. I graduated from Aurora University. If any of you guys are local, that's where I went to school. I just graduated in May. It was May 3rd of 2014. I have yet to get my diploma. As much as they charge you to go to that damn school, they should have done sent it by now. And I went full-time. I went for what's called an adult degree completion program, and that just means that my classes were at night, and so I would take 2 classes every 8 weeks, and each of those classes were worth 3 to 4 credit hours, and they were each about 4 to 5 hours in length. So I would go like Monday, like 5:30, 10, and then, you know, like Wednesday, 5:30, 10, or 5:30, 9:30, something like that. So I was full-time. I did 2 8-week modules, they're called, in each semester. Some of you guys have also asked when I plan on actually doing something with my degree, and I'm doing it now, okay? I do work from home. I am self-employed, and a lot of you ask about me being self-employed, but that's like another question. So I use it now because I got a communication degree. My degree is in communicating, meaning what I'm doing right now. This may seem like a one-way communication, but once you guys start speaking, it becomes a two-way communication. Once you guys are commenting and interacting. So I learned how to do what I'm doing now better. I learned how to work on social media better, although not really in school because they're kind of behind in the times at that school. I'm using my skills every single day. I know how to write and I know how to speak, through social media. I know how to speak in person. I'm an actual speaker. I speak at conferences. So I'm using my degree all the time. Just because I don't work traditionally in a 9-to-5 corporate job in the city doesn't mean that I'm not using my degree. I do use it every single day. I got my degree for the skills, not so that I can just put it on my resume. So a lot of you guys are asking about my job, sort of what I do for money or how I work from home or whatever. And that would be like a really long video if I got into all of it. But basically, I do run a blog, and on that blog I have sponsored posts. And I make money off of sponsored posts, obviously. I also have this YouTube channel. I make money through Google AdSense on the YouTube channel. I also, occasionally I'll have like a sponsored video or something, but usually that's paired up with my blog. So the blog is really my hub. It's mine, it's where I started, that's my spot. And then I speak, I create courses, I teach people, I do a lot of other stuff that's sort of behind the scenes that you guys are never gonna see. But if you are in the industry, you might know who I am a little more, not because I talk about fashion and beauty and stuff, but because of how I do my job, because of how I gain my audience and stuff like that. So there's a lot to what I do, but it is essentially YouTube, blog, social media. I'm a personality, and I have my social networks and everything else, and this is my job. This is what I do, and I love what I do, and I thank you guys for helping me to be able to do what I do and stay home and raise my kids and still work and support us, because that is a really good time. What do you thank God for every day? So I don't thank God for anything because I'm not a religious person. I do not believe in God and Jesus and Christianity or Catholicism or any other thing like that. I used to be Catholic. I used to be a Christian. Eventually I started questioning it, and I couldn't find the answers. I mean, I read books. I read the book. I went to church. I went to various churches. I tried different religions, and it just never clicked for me. I never felt it. So I'm not a religious person. I'm not a spiritual person. I just believe in being a good person and having good morals and values and beliefs. You are all entitled to your own beliefs, and I do not shove my ideas down anyone's throat, and I do not look at anyone poorly if they are religious or believe in God or look to some higher power, whether it be like a God or just something spiritual and their own sense of spirituality. I don't look down on anybody for what they choose to do, but I myself do not go around thanking God because I don't believe that there is a God. And like I said, you are all entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to mine, and no one is going to convince me of otherwise. Just like I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you guys that there is no God, no sense in trying to convince me that there is one. How do you do it being a single mom? What do you do on days when you're irritated and the kids are just being like cray cray? There's no other option for me, There's no option other than get shit done. So how do I do it being a single mom? Like, people have asked me, how did you go to school? How do you work? And you're a mom and this and that. And guys, there's no other option. In my life, it's either I do it or it doesn't get done. I don't have anyone else to rely on. So either I take care of my kids and I make sure that they're fed and bathed and happy and they have what they need and they have what they want, or that's not gonna happen and they're not gonna be taken care of. And so I need to take care of them. When I would go to school, I was a straight A student, okay? So when I would go to school, I didn't walk into a room and think, well, how am I gonna get an A? Or, oh, I hope I at least get a C in this class. Like, no, I walked in and I knew I'm gonna get an A in this class because I looked at that syllabus and said, oh, look, this is exactly what I need to do to get an A, so I'm just gonna do all of this. And there was never an option of, oh, I'm not gonna do that paper, or, oh, well, I can skip that and it'll just take off this many points from my grade. Like, that was never an option. Not doing something is simply not an option in my life. So that's how I get shit done. If you guys want to see any more videos on my experience in college or how I sort of came to choose my degree and what advice I have for you guys, because I do have a lot of advice when it comes to college. Even though I didn't go through the traditional program, I still went through all those struggles of trying to figure out what you want to do and then being in a major and deciding like, this isn't me, this isn't right for me, I don't like this, or I'm spending all this money, is this even gonna get me a job? Like, if you guys are ever going through that kind of stuff and you need advice on that, like, just let me know. And I would honestly be more than happy to do a series sort of involving college. My only thing is that because I wasn't a traditional student, I feel like some people are not going to really appreciate my advice because I took a slightly different route. Although I did go to college, I graduated, I excelled, I was good, and I love school, and I have a lot of tips on how to be great at school because it's something that I always love to do, and I'm really grateful that I went to school even if, I'm in major debt. How old are you? 25. So how do you manage time between your work and time with the kids, and how do you run your schedule? So, I just do. I could probably do a whole nother video on this because there's a lot to it, but basically I just know what I have to do, and in my head I just kind of schedule it out. Like, today I'm gonna get this done, and then the next day I'm gonna finish editing this, and then I'm gonna take the kids here. And I don't know if you guys realize, but right now my kids are sleeping. My kids are almost always sleeping when I film a video. So they go to sleep, I shower, I do my hair and makeup, I film this video, and then usually towards the end or right after I'm done, they walk into my room, okay? So normally my kids are asleep, and when I'm not filming and I'm not editing and stuff, I'm with them. I'm with them 24 hours a day. So how do I run my schedule? I'm a mom from 7 a.m. until 9 or 10 at night, and then I'm a businesswoman, okay? And then I start getting my work done, and then I do stuff at night from 10 to like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I go to sleep and I wake up at 7 and it starts all over again. And somewhere in between there, I try to fit in time for me and my boyfriend to talk, but honestly, it's just, I have to get shit done. If I don't get shit done, the shit won't get done, and my life won't go anywhere, and I just can't have that mentality. I don't have the ability to just sit still and not do something with my life and not make a better life for myself and for my kids. So my schedule is just jam-packed constantly, which is fabulous because a packed schedule for me means a lot of money at the end of the month. But I'm a very stressed out person also, so if you guys have tips on handling stress, like, I would absolutely love and appreciate them, because I just constantly stressed out, and it really affects me, which really sucks because stress is so dangerous to your body. Preferred methods of feminine grooming, I will cover that in a Let's Talk About Sex video. I'm glad you guys like those videos, I really am, because I'm putting myself out there, and I do get ridiculed for some of them, and people in my life, like people that are close to me in my life, have sort of tried to make me insecure about it, and I just refuse. It's so genuinely me, and in those videos I'm being so genuinely myself, and I just love it. And even though people that are around me they're really sort of trying to make me kind of insecure about it, like, well, why are you doing it, or don't you think people are gonna think this, or don't you think people are gonna think that? And in my head I'm just like, I don't really give a fuck what people think, but I'm not gonna say that out loud because I am respectful of my loved ones, even when they're trying to make me feel bad. Anyway, I'm gonna end it there because there are a bazillion questions, but if you guys have any more, drop them below. I'm going to make this a regular series. I'm not sure what I'll name it. It will have a title by now. It might just be Q&A because I'm not that creative. So I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope that you are having a wonderful day or night or whatever it is, wherever you are watching this video right now. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.